women had to go to work because men used to beat the crap out of them.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another TikTok video. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Stranad and here is Belly Stitches. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Alright lovelies, let's get into today's video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to share with you guys where this young man was actually, calling out women to go back being stay-at-home mom, and he actually went ahead to give reasons why it's very good for women to just go ahead and be a stay-at-home mom. Guys, there are so many people that stitched this video and I was able to put up the stitches together. I'm just gonna let you to the video. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section if you agree with what he's saying. If not, also leave me your thought in the comment section and let's roll into the clip.
We need to bring back stay-at-home wives. Women are just not meant to work these soul-sucking 9-to-5 corporate desk jobs, working 40 hours a week in a cubicle and getting verbally harassed by their asshole boss. Think back to our parents' generation. How many families had a working dad, a stay-at-home mom, and kids that were raised by the mother? A lot. Meanwhile, nowadays, the husband and the wife are both working these 40-hour-a-week jobs, the kids are left to a babysitter or some school program, and there's no family dynamic. You're gonna tell me there's a greater sense of fulfillment for a woman working 40 hours a week at a desk job compared to staying at home, taking care of the house, and raising a family? And this isn't to say that women shouldn't work. They should just work a job that still gives them time to tan by the pool, go to Pilates, go to farmers markets in a sundress, and raise a family. I honestly think that this is why there's so many broken households today. The husband and the wife both go work 40 hours a week. The kids go to some after-school program or some daycare and get raised by some nut job. And there's no connection or relationship between the parents and the kids. So instead of devoting all your time to some shitty boss at a 9-to-5 job, I think women should devote most of their time to their kids and their family. And if you still want to work a 9-to-5 job and make money, more power to you, but I don't think women should be demonized by society for not wanting to work, staying home, and raising a family.
Ladies, let's discuss. Let's gather around for a history lesson. Are 9-to-5 corporate jobs soul-sucking? Sure, a lot of them. But they're not any less soul-sucking for men than for women. Women are not any less equipped to handle them. And before women were in the workforce, they were financially exploited all the time. How do you advocate for yourself in a relationship or after a divorce, which happens very, very frequently, if you don't have any money? Women could not even have bank accounts at one point in this country. And I feel like we're on a slippery slope backwards where we're like, well, women shouldn't have to work because they're just different, There's something different in their biology, which is just like a step or two away from sit down, little lady. Let the big man think about tough things like money. You should be thinking about little things like Pilates. And I'm going to be so real with you. When people get divorced, the woman often gets screwed the most if she is a stay-at-home wife or even mother. People are like, alimony this, child support that. The courts often do not care that you are taking time to raise a child. And your husband, who has worked and has money, will get a better lawyer than you and likely beat you in court. Not to mention all the men that are dodging child support. And when you try and re-enter the workforce after a divorce, when you've been staying at home, degree or no degree, you are miles behind people that never exited the workforce in the first place. And listen, I wish all parents had more time to spend with their kids rather than working. But your issue is not with feminism or women having the right to work. It's with capitalism. And this is no shade to stay-at-home mothers, stay-at-home wives. I am just trafficking in the reality of what can happen to you in the case of divorce or in the case of financial abuse. A lot of people say that it's a privilege to stay home with your kids, and I totally get that. But in this country with childcare costs so high to the point that women feel like they have to leave the workforce because their salary is less than or equal to childcare, I think it's a privilege to be able to keep working. And if that doesn't convince you, the reality of life will. There aren't enough rich men for all of the women who want to be stay-at-home wives and all of the women who want to be stay-at-home moms to do so. Especially if you want to stay at home and have a luxurious life. A lot of stay-at-home moms and wives don't have that much disposable income. It's just real. there aren't as many rich men as there are women that would like to stay at home. So get a grip and get a job.
So weird how people have forgotten why women had to go to work. Because men used to beat the crap out of them. Men used to beat the crap out of their kids. Men would take the money and spend it all on hookers, their second family, and gambling issues and alcohol. Women went to work out of necessity. Women used to be with men who were the sole providers and they were housewives, and they used to crack their skulls open because they didn't have the beer open when they got home. Women didn't go to work just for the fun of it. Women also went to work because men were dying in wars. Stop sending men to war. Women had to go to work because they were treated like second-class citizens. They literally had to put laws in place so that a man could not grape his own wife. Isn't that crazy? And you have to remember, too, a lot of women had to go to work because men would just get up and change their mind about being married and raising kids and go get them a new tenderoni. So here she is, a woman that hasn't been in the workplace for 10 years with 3 kids with a man who does not have to pay her alimony or child support, and now she's stuck. So women collectively said, I wish somebody would get my daughter like that. Get up, go to work, get an education. Y'all did this. Money is power. Education is freedom. And women had to go to work and had to get educated because there were men that had power over them and took away their freedom.
I think we should start listening to men more. I actually really love men. They are so smart.
I'd like to live in a cottage somewhere, miles from any man nor woman, just surrounded by cheese and bread, cats.
Not meant to work these soul-sucking 9-to-5.
You're right, we shouldn't be working corporate 9-to-5s. We should be CEOs building billion-dollar businesses. In fact, a study done by BCG found that for every venture dollar raised, startups with at least one female founder generated 78 cents in revenue versus 31 cents for all male teams. First round capital, investors behind companies like Uber and Warby Parker, found that startups with at least one female founder perform at least 63% better than all male teams. And finally, in 2021, 14% of all unicorns were founded by women, and yet they only raise 2% of all venture dollars.
No, that is so true. You're so right. And I think that men are so smart and we should listen to them and let them provide for us.
We need to bring back stay-at-home.
We need to bring back men who don't expect sex after they buy you dinner.
Has anybody seen this video?
We need to bring back stay-at-home wives.
I just say, he makes some good points, but he makes some not so good points, and we're gonna break that down.
Women are just not meant to work these soul-sucking 9-to-5 corporate desk jobs.
You know, I don't think there's a correct assumption to say that a stay-at-home parent, stay-at-home mother, why are we saying it's much more manageable than a soul-sucking 9-to-5? Even though I haven't worked a desk job, I have worked as a dog daycare attendant. And that was a more laborious job. And yes, taking care of the one kid that I had at the time, it would have been much easier than taking care of 40 to 45 dogs at a time. But what makes it harder is because you're the one who has to be like the boss. Whenever you're taking care of your kids, you're the one running the show. So a lot of that responsibility falls on you. If you're working a job under somebody else, it takes a little bit of responsibility off of you because you are relying on somebody else's standards. When you're a stay-at-home parent, you have to dedicate 100% of your time to your children, more or less, whether it be making food for them. Even when you eat, you can't eat alone. You either have to carry one of them, you have to share your food, which sometimes is okay, but that, and then you can't even go like poop on the toilet by yourself. They always have to have you in their presence. At nighttime, when you put them to bed, like the only time you have for yourself is basically the time you would have to sacrifice your own sleep.
Getting verbally harassed by their asshole boss.
You know, would I rather be verbally harassed by a little kid that's like pint size in comparison to me, or by a full-grown human being? I'd go with the kid.
Well, nowadays, the husband and the wife are both working these 40-hour-a-week jobs. The kids are left to a babysitter or some school program, and there's no family dynamic.
Both my parents have been working full-time jobs, and to say that we had no family dynamic, even though I was like a family of 5, gotta say that you're wrong there, sir. I was raised full-time by my grandmother. It's always different in other people's families, so even though it didn't work out in my case, I don't think that your statement should be a blanket statement like how you have it.
You're going to tell me there's a greater sense of fulfillment for a woman working 40 hours a week at a desk job compared to staying at home, taking care of the house, and raising a family?
Would you have a better sense of fulfillment if you were taking care of a house and raising a family as a woman? Because clearly you are not.
And this isn't to say that women shouldn't work. They should just work a job that still gives them time to tan by the pool, go to Pilates, go to farmers markets in a sundress.
Can you really tan by the pool with kids? Can you do Pilates with kids? To go to a farmer's market in a dress, in a sundress, I think is doable. But I think I could do it with money I would get from doing a 9 to 5 as well.
Go to some after-school program or some daycare and get raised by some nut job.
Okay, you get this one. There are too many nut jobs in this world to even trust your children with. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable either.
Don't want to work a 9 to 5 job and make money, more power to you, but I don't think women should be demonized by society for not wanting to work, staying home, and raising a family.
Okay, yeah, I don't think people should be demonized either for being the stay-at-home parent, for that matter, or for women being a stay-at-home mom. I can agree on that. And I know this post wasn't meant to talk down women at all, but at the same time too, looking at the comments, I don't know if they're by women that do have families or that they don't have families, because it seems like it's all positive and it's just like there are pros and cons to everything. And that's the worrisome part, because I don't want people to go into motherhood to think that it's gonna be breezy as can be because they have decided to now become a stay-at-home parent. Like, so much falls onto her shoulders as it is after giving birth, and the start of that journey is pretty intense. Maybe it'd be different later on as children grow up, but at the start, it's one heck of a journey.
I couldn't agree with you more. And maybe if some of these men who wanted a double income household could get a second job, then more women could stay home. Stay toxic, my friend.
First of all, women can do whatever the fuck they want. Second of all, where do I sign up?
I'm going to say something controversial. I don't think anyone should become a stay-at-home mom unless they are 100% certain that their husband/partner would pay someone for that position. What do I mean? I mean being a financially dependent individual within a partnership, within a marriage, within a family is an extremely vulnerable position to be in. And I say that as a stay-at-home mom with no outside source of income. But the amount of trust you have to have on your partner to be able to fully rely on them financially, because that amount of control and power could turn extremely abusive. And I don't just mean physically abusive or emotionally abusive, which it could as well. I mean financially abusive. If you don't have the amount of respect from your partner that you would have having a full-time job as a stay-at-home parent, you shouldn't do it.
We need to bring back stay-at-home wives.
Hi, yes, I could not agree more. We actually work more than 40 hours a week, especially if our job is pretty demanding like mine is. So I'll be your stay-at-home Pilates wife.
So lovelies, in as much as I wanted to agree with this man and his point of view in terms of family, who takes care of the family, the household, the kids, raising up the kids, taking care of the family responsibilities, at least to some extent, at least till when your babies are up to, a certain age, then you can, try to do something for yourself. Then I still disagree with him, because men of this generation are nothing, are nothing to be trusted at all. Like some of these men, you can't actually account them, you can't trust them. There are a lot of high rates of divorces, and there are a lot of men who actually at a long run they decided that they don't want to raise kids anymore. They just want to be on their own. They want to fight for a divorce. They just want to continue living their life, being single, and chatting with other people, messing with other women and all of that. And because of this, I actually do not agree with him. Like, men should just, be the sole provider. If this man can give a woman 100%, that's okay, I am just going to provide anything we need in the house. I'm going to hustle, go there, hustle, while you take care of the home, the house, the kids, and I will never disappoint you in the long run. I will not fight for a divorce. I will not try to tell you that, oh my goodness, I am providing 100% of things we use in the house, and you are just bringing nothing, and they will just go ahead with doing their normal thing. I think a lot of women will want to option out, being a stay-at-home mom, but the reverse is the case, where a lot of women, have been abused about this, as in the men often use this opportunity to abuse these women, both emotionally, physically, and they try to turn you to a certain kind of person. Like, they will turn to make you depend solely on them. That is why a lot of women are opting out to not to be a stay-at-home woman. It takes the grace of God. It takes a man with a godly heart, a man that knows what family is all about, a man that actually knows what he wants in a wife or a family or kids to keep such home. Like, a lot of men give women reasons why they need to be independent, why they need to fend for themselves, why they need to go out there and look for something that have to do for themselves. Let me just give you an instant or an example. What if at the end of the day, this man decided to wake up that, okay, I no longer find it, enjoying in this family thing, like I just need a divorce? What happens to this woman who happens to be a stay-at-home mom, trying to give up all her career, her energy, her youthful age, her strong time, to fend for something for herself? Then, now that you've finished using this woman, she has exhausted all her energy, all her youthful time raising your children, the children that you both brought into this world together, then you are not telling her that you need a divorce. Like, how is this even possible? Like, how is this even fair to that woman? Like, the way it is in a woman, like, women actually needed this, but you guys are something that is not trustworthy. Like, you people are making it very difficult in terms of marriage, relationship, courting, and all of this, in terms of raising kids. Do you think that a woman will be so comfortable leaving her kids behind, or in the hands of some strangers, some strangers to raise her children, or because she actually want to go back to work, work make ends meet, then just to have something for herself than taking care of her child, raising the child the way she wanted to be raised? Like, you think a woman will be so happy doing such thing? They are doing this because they do not know what tomorrow brings, because you guys are people that are not to be trusted. A lot of guys make it so difficult for some women to trust guys. Like, after all these sacrifices, all these years raising children, being a stay-at-home mom, then you come back, then trying to make the woman feel as if she's nothing. You just tell the woman that, okay, you're just a stay-at-home mom, you're just home eating food, relaxing and chilling. Do you know the amount of sacrifice it is for a woman to sacrifice everything, her career, studies, everything, just as to raise the children that you both bring into this world? Why you explore your career, do your thing, travel, go for conference, your job, meet people's colleagues and all of that. Then at the end of the day, this woman who kept your family, arrange your home, take care of your kids, raise children, provide, like, after all of this suffering, you end up giving her or insulting her, treating her less, trying to use the money you are actually producing or providing into the family, to use it against her, to use it to some guys can go as far as using those wealth to intimidate such women. This is why a lot of women is opting out being a stay-at-home mom. They just want to go out there, become something for themselves, so that they can be able to make decisions on their own. Because a lot of men realize that when you are on a dependent, like, you do not have the right to make decisions on your own. Like, you have no right to do something that you felt that, okay, I just want to do this. You have to collect permission. You have to please continue pleasing and pleasing, because if you don't please, this man might Jupitize everything. He will want to withdraw everything that he's giving you, the financial freedoms, money for your kids' upkeep and all of that. What happens when divorce comes in? How would they fall back? Where would they fall back to? A lot of women want to be a stay-at-home mom just to raise their kids and all of, but yet it's not possible in today's generation, because a lot of men has, my goodness, like the way this divorce of a thing is alarming. This is insecurity in times of women, and that is why as a woman you have to equip yourself. I am trying as much as possible to, agree with the man, but on a second note, these same men are the reason why women are the way they are today. They are the reason why women are hustling, bustling, and trying to make ends meet, because if you don't do it, nobody's gonna do that for them. If you don't do it, this same man that you gave your 10 years, 20 years for raising kids that you guys made together, he will just fuck you up. Like, he will just disappoint you at the end of the day. So what do you expect from women? These men, some of these men use this wealth, this money providing to molest, intimidate their women, like even in their kids. So what do you expect a woman to do? All she needs to do is to buckle up, sacrifice all, like, you have to take care of yourself, make your money, take care of your kids as well. They are actually doing triple job compared to a man. When a woman works, she wakes up in the morning, makes sure the kids are fed and all that, goes to work, attend to her work, then come back home, continue from where she stopped. Then a man, only what he needs to do is just wake up, eat breakfast, go to work and come back. And you think this woman, she's so happy and she don't want to, stay home and relax, take care of her kids. She actually wants to do that, but she cannot. It's not possible for her to do this. It's not, because she don't know what is going to happen in future. There are a lot of things happening. She don't know what is going to happen in future. She don't know what the future tells. The same way, it's not the way the relationship and marriage started. That's how it's ending. Like, there's a difference when you're in a relationship with no kids, with no responsibilities. You're just there, Then when the kids start coming, sometimes these men are overwhelmed and just want to be on their own. They just want to be without kids and without wife. And women can never leave their kids. Like, so they always look for something to fall back on. I will not forget the clip of this, individual video I watched on TikTok, where this man was like, oh my goodness, I have been feeding you for the past 13 years. You are not bringing nothing to the table. You're just home with kids. And this man was crying out on TikTok that she needs help. Like, you need to open a GoFundMe. Is it until when it gets to that stage, then that's when a woman can go look for something to do for herself? These women want to stay and spend time, raise the kids, They want to do all of this, but it's not possible anymore. Like, gone are those days during our fathers when men, have to do the man thing, like masculinity, and provide for the family, while women take care of the family, household, children. It's not more possible in this age. You do that as a woman, there are some men that will just disappoint you. I know there are still other men, there's still good men out there who will keep on proving themselves to be a responsible, caring husband and father. But there are a lot of men out there too who just put these women in this situation. Anyway, guys, just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Just leave your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel if you've not done that already. Like and share this video as to educate other people, and I will see you lovelies when I upload my next video.